Hey everyone, it's Kristen, and today we're doing this infrared heat map skeleton makeup look. I've been wanting to do an infrared heat map type of look, so I thought that I would try it out on a skeleton. Scientifically speaking, I don't actually think a skeleton would show up in infrared, or it wouldn't have varying colors like this, but I just thought this would be an interesting look to do. To start out this look, I'm using a white eyeliner pencil to sketch out the skeleton shape. This look has a lot of different varying shades in it, and it's supposed to represent the different heat temperatures. Then I start with the colors using a dark blue shade. And I'm making this sort of first ring on the outside of my face. For this look, I think blue would be sort of the coldest shade and red would be the hottest. I am following an inspiration photo for how the colors should go, and I'll link that down below if you're interested in seeing it. So we're going around the outside of the eyes with the same blue shade. Then I use a little bit of the light blue inside of the eye socket. Next, I'm using sort of a bluish green shade. Then a line of green. And we'll be using some of the green in the eye as well. Next, we're putting a little bit of that green on the outside of the eye socket. And using some of that green along the cheekbone area. And adding a bit of blue in that hollow area around the temples. Then going inside of the eye socket to add some green. Here I'm adding some yellow around the outside of the eye sockets. Then I'm adding some yellow to the forehead and start to kind of create a triangle-like shape to the middle of the forehead. Then filling that triangle area with a little bit of orange. Then filling in the rest of the forehead area with red. Next, adding some yellow to the inner eye sockets. And using some red in the inner eye corners, creating a half circle-like shape. And filling in the rest of the eyelid with yellow. Then on the sides of the eyes, I'm adding some heat spots using some red and orange. Then adding some green lines along the sides of the nose. Then I'm adding some blue to the nose in a sort of open skull-like shape. Here I'm adding some red to the sort of inner cheek area, and this is the point when you sort of have to trust the process. This looks sort of like weird shapes that I'm just drawing on, but I am going by the inspiration photo and it looks good when it's all done together. But right now it looks a little strange. Outside of the red, I'm going around it in orange. Then going around the outside of that with yellow. And adding some more heat spots. Here I'm filling in the hollows of the nose. Making sort of a heat spot at the bottom of them with yellow, orange, and red. Next, I skip forward to the teeth and I'm filling them in with yellow. We're going to be adding more color to each tooth later on, but I started with a yellow base. And I just went in and made rounded teeth-like shapes. Then I connected the cheekbone to the teeth area. And sort of trace the outline in green as well. Then I filled in the area above the teeth with yellow. And here I'm using some green to sort of make the area above the teeth where you would normally see the gums. Here's another area where you just kind of had to put the colors where the inspiration photo showed me. And it looks a little funny until it all comes together. But here I'm sort of making triangle-like shapes with different shading to make the gums. Here I'm using red and orange for the middle part of the gums. And adding some more heat spots to the cheeks. For each tooth, I started to fill in some orange, but I didn't fill it in completely, so there would still be some yellow for each tooth. Then filled in a spot of red inside of the orange. And then repeated the same process for the bottom teeth. Next I draw on the hollows of the mouth, and then the bottom structure for the jawline. I'm leaving the hollows of the mouth empty for now. For the jaw, I started to fill in the outline with blue. And then continued with light blue. Then on the sides I did a red line, and this will be shading a little bit differently. Around the outside of that we put green. And then around the red we put some yellow. Then underneath the bottom teeth I add some red, and then some yellow around that. Then I fill in the whole bottom section with green. And on top of that we're adding some yellow heat spots. Then in the middle of those we add some orange and then red. Where the jawline ends, I added black. And then added black to the empty hollows of the mouth. Then I began to sketch the neck and chest bones. And filled them in first with yellow. Then in the middle of the yellow I added orange. Then I traced them in green. And then put red in the middle. And then filled all the empty spaces with black. And that completes this infrared heat map skeleton makeup look. This look used a lot of colors and it was very detailed, but I really like how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon.